All right, this is Chapter 3, Lesson 1, Integers and Absolute Values. So, a blank is any number from the set ... -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, ... where the ... means continues without end. In that first blank, you're going to write integer. In the second two blanks, blank blank are integers less than 0. So those are negative integers. Blank blank are integers greater than 0. Those are positive integers. Okay, so negative integers are written with a minus sign. Positive integers are either written just as positive numbers or they can be written with a plus sign in front. Completely up to you. Okay. 0 is considered neither negative nor positive. Okay. Blank an integer on the number line. Okay, so to blank an integer, to graph an integer. On the number line, draw a dot on the line at its location. Pretty straightforward. Okay. Numbers that are the same distance from 0 on a number line have the same blank blank. In those two blanks, you're going to write absolute value. Okay. Absolute value. ABSOLUTE, absolute value. Okay, so if they're the same distance from 0, so -4 and 4 are the same distance from 0, they're absolute values. So -4, absolute value of -4 is 4. The absolute value of 4 is 4. Okay, so first thing I want to do is write an integer for each situation. The average temperature of 5 degrees below normal. So below is the key word there, right? So below tells me it's going to be less than 0. So because it represents below normal, the integer is -5. Okay. Write an integer for each situation. An average rainfall of 5 inches above normal. So above is the key word there. Above normal. Because it represents above normal, the integer is +5 or just 5. Okay? Both the same type of thing. Next thing I want to do is graph the set of integers 4, -6, and 0 on the number line. Okay? So the first one I want to look at is 4. So 4. Okay, so I look at my number line, I'm looking for where 4 is. 4 is right there. So I'm going to graph dot at 4. Okay. Same thing with -6. Okay, look for -6 on the number line. I graph a dot there. The next number I'm looking at is 0. So I look for 0 on my number line and I draw a dot there. Okay? Alright, next I have evaluate each expression. So I have the absolute value of -4. The graph of -4 is 4 units away from 0. So if I can look at my graph right here, right? Here's -4. If I go to 0, I go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm 4 units away from 0. So the absolute value of -4 equals 4. Okay, so remember, absolute value is just the distance from 0. It's always a positive number because you're talking about distance. Okay, then I can evaluate each expression. I have absolute value of -5 minus the absolute value of 2. The absolute value of -5 is 5 because it's 5 away from 0. absolute value of 2 is 2. So 5 minus 2. So the absolute value of negative 5 minus the absolute value of 2 equals 3, because 5 minus 2 equals 3. Okay. There are a couple of try it problems down here. Go ahead, try out the try it problems, pause the video. When you come back, we will go over the answers together. All right, so now that you've tried the try it problems on your own, let's go over the answers together. The first try it problem says write an integer for each situation, 6 degrees above normal. Okay, so I'm looking at the word above. Above tells me it's going to be positive, so I can either write plus 6 or just 6. Either would be correct. Okay. The next one I have is write an integer for each situation, 2 inches below normal. So again, below is my keyword. Below tells me it's less than 0. So I'm going to write minus 2. Okay. Then I have graph the set of integers negative 2, 8, and negative 7 on the number line. Okay, so the first one I have is negative 2. Okay, negative 2 is right there on the number line. 8. I'm going to do 8 in orange. It's right there on the number line. And negative 7. I'm doing purple. It's right there. So negative 7. Okay. Next one is evaluate each expression. Absolute value of 8. So the absolute value of 8, distance away from 0 is 8. So absolute value of 8 equals 8. Okay. The next thing I have is evaluate each expression. Absolute value of negative 6 minus 5. The absolute value of negative 6 is 6. So 6 minus 5 is 1. And that is the end of lesson 1.